Hey everybody, it's Dave Juno, the Meniere's Disease Warrior. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Had a good day today. Hope you guys are too. This video is for, a few people who are constantly posting the same thing, complaining about, like, they're the only ones who have Meniere's disease. You're not. A lot of us do, and we all do, the majority of people who watch these videos do, and suffer just like you do. We just don't complain about it. We choose to do something about it. And that's the thing. It's how you think. We choose to do something about it. We choose to try. If we try, we fail, we fail. And try again. But sometimes it gets a little crazy. Because, especially when you're seeing the same people posting the same thing, how much they hate this disease, this is not a way to live, blah, 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 blah. We all know this. You're not telling us anything new. Okay? The one thing that you're telling me is that you refuse to do anything about it. Okay? Because, I've seen people post the same stuff. I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't walk here, I can't walk. But and then people pour their hearts out. Hundreds of people, thousands of people sometimes maybe, pour their hearts out, saying, try this, try that, and then the people are just shooting down the advice. Here, there. Why? Why won't you take the advice? Why won't you try? Why? Are you happy the way you are? No. And if you think, the other side is a better option, it's not. Okay? You have one life. Try to live it the best you can. Try. Take advice. Listen to people. Modern medicine has grown so much in the last 70 years. Never mind the last 10, 20 years, 70 years. Okay? Especially psychiatric medicine, that realm of the medical department. Psychiatric. Okay? That's been leaps and bounds compared to what it was 70 years ago. 70 years ago, if you had depression, they put you in an institution. Literally put you in an institution. Did a lobotomy on you. That's how they cured it. Caveman shit. Now, there's therapy, there's medicines, there's all these things. And that deal with anxiety, depression, all this stuff. Bipolar. Schizophrenia. There's all these things that they have at your dispense to help you get through the day. Okay? Yeah, when I got diagnosed with Meniere's disease 7 years ago, I got depressed. I had anxiety. I still have anxiety. Okay? But I went, thank God I had somebody point me to the direction and give me the best advice I ever had. Go see a therapist, get some help. Because I did. I listened to them. And thank God I did. Because I'm a much better person than I am now. And now I'm willing to try more things than what I do. Look at today. Without vestibular therapy and, regular behavioral therapy, I went and walked what's called the Bay Path Trail in the Sudbury Reservoir. Something I haven't done in 8 years. I walked it today. Okay? I went fishing. I had to get out. Excuse me. Get out of the house. I walked it today. Do you know why I walked that today? Because of modern medicine. Modern medical therapy. That's why I did. That's how I did it. It took 8 years. But I did it. And you can do it too. If you put your mind to it. And sure, I understand before somebody says anything. I know. There are certain people that just can't do it regardless. And that's fine. But those people can do other things. Okay? Besides doing what I did. They could do other things. Okay? My friend Lincoln. I'm going to use him for an example. Lincoln, I hope you don't mind, but you are probably the best example I can think of at the top of my head. He's a gentleman who has Meniere's, he has vestibular migraine, he's got cochlear implant. Okay? He really cannot do a lot of outside stuff even I can't. I mean, I go fishing. Today was the first day I walked that path. But you know what? I'm going to pay for it tomorrow. But what does he do with his time? Well, let's see. He draws. He's a great artist. I love his drawings when he does. He runs Meniere's support groups. Okay? I think he admins 2 and moderates like 3. He gives advice. Good advice at that. Best advice. He also does Zoom hosting, the Zoom meetings. Hosting them. And he goes to every Zoom meeting. Okay? He can't get out and do a lot of stuff. But he's being productive. And he's being a role model for a lot of us. Okay? He really is. Lincoln, I'm sorry if you're going to get upset about I used your name. But I got to hand it to you, buddy. You do what you can. You know? And maybe by me telling you about Lincoln, it might give you some inspiration to do something. Okay? But constantly posting that stuff. I hate this disease, this, that, and the other thing. Now, I'm not talking about my tinnitus is really ramped up. What can I do about it? Or how can I find something to help? You know, it's a lot of people talk about flavonoid, and that helps. White noise. I don't. None of that. I haven't tried any of it. Not that I'm skeptic of it. I just didn't think of it, and I kind of just realized that tinnitus is part of me. But, you know, stuff like that is fine. Or my ears are really blocked. Is there anything I could do? Those posts are fine. That's what you're supposed to do. But to have the post of, I hate this, I hate that, I hate my life, there's no way to live, I want to end it, blah, 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 blah. And that's the majority of the thing that you're posting. I feel bad for the people who are commenting. And people will get tired of commenting on it. You need to do something about it. You can't just keep going on Facebook support groups and bitching. You gotta do something about it. You gotta find a way to do it. Find a way. I've made a video, find a way. You gotta find a way. You know? And some people, like with family, they sit there and say, oh, my family doesn't care, your family doesn't. And you know what? Everybody's different. I don't know what goes on in someone's house, but I can tell you this from my own experience. I was the biggest complainer 7 years ago in my house about my disease. I hate it. I hate this. It's awful. Blah, 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 blah. And I know my wife got sick of it after a while because she actually didn't yell and scream, but she said, why don't you go on Facebook and find a support group? And I did. Thank God. Because my friend Gina made a bunch of videos who I wasn't friends with back then, but I am now, that I watched and I felt better. Okay? So that started slowing down complaining in the house about me. Okay? So that's my experience with it. I can't talk about what goes on in your house. Everybody's different. Families are different. People are different. I can't judge. But what I can tell you is that, my wife pushed me away because she got sick of hearing me. And it happens. But then I started calming down, so, things happen. But let's face facts here. You got to change your way of thinking. You got to try to get help, to find the best care that you can from ENTs, otolaryngologists, behavioral therapists, psychiatrists, neurologists. And if you're not getting what you want from these doctors, you need to find new doctors that will work with you. Okay? And try to be a little bit more helpful in support groups instead of just always complaining. Okay? There's a give and a take. And you can't just keep taking all the time without giving. Okay? You just can't. You have to give back. You have to try. Okay? And like I said earlier in the video, I understand there are some people that just can't. And And that's fine. It's I understand that. But those people who just can't have usually exhausted all of the routes to try. Okay? I don't know how else to put it. I mean, I've talked about this in other videos, and the reason why I'm talking about it again is because, all these things are popping up again with people. It's the same people, and they'll post 4 or 5 times in a day complaining about Meniere's disease, and I understand your complaint, but if you're not going to do anything, what's the point? To be heard? I mean, okay, I get it, but it's hard to do, but you can do it, is change your thinking. And if you need help changing your thinking, talk to your doctor about seeing a therapist or a psychiatrist, and they will help you. They're not there to hurt you, they're going to help you. All right? So on that note, hey guys, have a great night. I'll talk to you all soon. My own personal thing is, I had to get off my chest. And this is like the 4th video that I did, because the other 2 were bad. Third were bad. Because it does bother me. And what bothers me about it isn't the point that the person is feeling this way. It's normal to feel that way. The point is I feel bad for the people who are giving you advice and you're choosing not to do anything with it. That's what bothers me. That's really what bothers me. So, there's so many different things in this world that can help you, and you're choosing none of it. It's sad. It's really sad that, people will give advice and doctors will tell you what to do and you won't do any of it. We have Meniere's disease. Sorry to say it like this and be blunt, but you got to live with it. Okay? Final thought. Nobody gave you Meniere's disease. The thing is, what are you going to do about it? Have a great night, people. Take care.